Dr. Stone. Okay, back like we never left. I said that. It is a double review. So, but I think the main thing first. Let's just immediately start. I want to start off with the transmission, and I was really glad that when I saw how 95 ended, and I was like, I'm glad that 96 didn't solve that mystery yet, because I really did want to talk about that. Wow. Potentially going into the perpetrators of the original incident that started this whole manga off. Like, I guess I'll start with you, Thurman. What was your initial thoughts on both of these chapters with that particular thing?
I am extremely happy with how they're doing this, because when I first saw that shit, fucking Senku's smile at the end of chapter 95
Yeah.
Like, everyone was like, bro.
He's like, bitch, I'm here. I'm confronting you. I've been waiting fucking years. This excites me.
Because there's so many theories, right? Like, why are they saying why? It's because why? Because it'd be like, why did this shit go wrong? Or why are humans still, alive? Or why? Because there's just so many things that could
so
go
many,
here.
Yeah.
It could be someone did an experiment and it went wrong, and he's pissed right now. Or it could be someone wanted to, you know how fucking monarchs and fucking shit are. They're like, it'd be better if humans,
Oh yeah. Is this gonna become like a fucking alien manga?
No, like, not even alien wise. Like they think like humans are humans.
Oh, you're right. It could be anything. Like, it could be like some sort of mad. I mean, I've heard the mad scientist theory, like some dude that was like, "Fuck humans." You know what it might be too. I mean, like they were talking about how clearly this person must have put themselves in stone as well. So what it may have been is like a mad scientist that had that whole fuck humanity idea vibe going on, and he set his own stone. Like, he maybe like he somehow set his own stone, or maybe set up like a thing so that the kind of revival shit would drip on him. But it just so happened that Senku was under it naturally. So then, like, like he wakes up, but then also there's movement over here. But he wanted to have like a utopia world just to himself with no other humans or something,
Yeah, or it could be like something like how he's one of those people who are like, humans should be, humans. One of those people who think like humans are greater than what they should be. People who like we should use 100% of part of our brain. Like maybe someday humans will evolve enough to be able to fly. So if I put them in stone,
so like we need greater, to like stasis it to like a future part in the world. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. You're right. The possibilities are truly endless. It almost reminds me. You ever watch Twilight Zone at all?
Yes, Twilight Zone is actually
Twilight Zone's godly, bro. So like, the episode where the guy that like loves to read but hates like people, and he's in the nuke. Yeah, you're right. And like, so like,
bro, Harry Beamis.
Dude, I'm glad you're a Twilight Zone fan. I got to get you into Black Mirror then, because Black Mirror is like, it's inspired by Twilight Zone, and that's my shit currently, bro.
I love plot twist shit like that. I fucking love it,
bro. It's so good. Yeah, no, I feel you on that. Hardcore. Yes, 100%. Watch Twilight Zone if you haven't. Watch Black Mirror if you haven't. But maybe it'll be a vibe like that, like some guy that like wanted to be the last person, wanted to be alone. It could be any of those things. It also could be aliens, but that might be a little cliche. I think this manga's better than that.
So already it's time for Majin Corner right now. The daily
Corner.
The daily continuation of NTRing Taiju.
Oh, okay. Which part?
So chapter 95, right?
Yeah.
Taiju's having this moment with Senku. He's like,
the love potion? The love potion thing?
It's gasoline. Oh, you made me a love potion at the beginning of the chapter, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, you totally remember something like that, huh, Taiju?
Yeah,
and
that shit was gasoline, bro. Did you drink that?
And then immediately, next chapter, guess who's on the fucking boat? Not Taiju. Not Taiju. Everyone else. And then we skip to page chapter 96. We're doing it. Right?
We're going to treat it like one big chapter, yeah.
Bro, we see fucking they're going back, right? They're like Taiju's like, oh, we're racking our brains over here, right? Oh, power team, whatever. And then Kawaku's like, we have our 5 generals. We have
the Chrome
monster trio. We have the monster.
No, I'm glad. Okay, I love that scene because that shit. Like, I know you're not a Bleach fan, But that shit so hard reminded me of when they like introduced the captains, because it was like and here's the big guns, right? Like in Bleach there'd be like captain meetings, and they'd be, remember I showed you the captain meetings?
I believe so.
Remember that was a way too long to respond, by the way. But you remember the captain meetings? They're all standing there and they're looking imposing and shit.
Yeah. You showed me that when we were doing.
Yeah. So like, that's what, like, when I saw like the five like generals of Senku's science army, I was like, hell yeah, Chrome's in that bitch.
Yonko side by side.
Yeah, Yonko.
Bro, that is some Phantom Troop fucking 13. What is from Bleach? The 13 something organization.
Captain Royal Court Card Squad.
Spadas,
the Akatsuki, yeah.
The Magic Knights from Black. Like, bro, this shit, it's fucking. We have.
You're right, dude. Like, that was one of those scenes that every manga fan looks for, where it's like, here's your monster trio, here's your top guns, right? And I love that Chrome's in that shit. And, you know, they make the little gag where she's like, maybe not Chrome, but no, Chrome is in that shit as he should be.
Bro, like, Taiju getting fucking pushed away, and the final part of this beautiful interring of Taiju. Right? Do you remember the beginning of the chapter that we knew we were the first one that we saw break out of the stone is Taiju?
Yeah.
Immediately, the author is like, when Senku broke free of his preparation.
Yo, he fucking rewrote his own story. I didn't even think of that.
He retconned everything to be in Senku's favor.
Wait, oh my god, I didn't even think about. Is that actually true? I need to go back and look.
It's retcon.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Are we sure?
We were there. We were there. I mean, because there are side chapters that show that Senku did break out, but Taiju was actually the first one that we saw break out of the thing, and then he saw Senku.
I don't know. I think that might just be because Senku literally broke out first, but like that makes me sad because I really would have loved it if the author just actually rewrote his fucking story.
Senku retconned, bro, because Senku did break off first. I can't confirm that.
You know, that does remind me though. It kind of reminds me of remember in the fucking one of my favorite One Piece scenes of all time, where like fucking, you know how you remember Lady Kokoro from Water 7, and she was a fucking mermaid, like an old woman mermaid. And then later when they see Kami for the first time, both Sanji and Zoro like just erase their memories. They look at Kami, and then like it goes into Zoro's mind, and he just like destroys the memory of Lady Kokoro, and he's like, huh, mermaid, I've never seen one before. You retconned his memory.
Retcon.
So yeah, I mean, let's be honest, I've said this a million times, I'm going to say it again. The author clearly retconned the main character to be Senku. Like, it was going to be Taiju. And he threw that shit out, as he should. I mean, even look at this page here. For me, it's chapter 95, page 11. Look at how Senku used to look. Look at chapter 1 Senku. It's kind of creepy.
Chapter 1 Senku. Oh, yeah, I see.
Look at that. Look at how he looked. He looked like a fucking grown adult, and now he has scenes where he looks like he's fucking 12 in Chibi.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, fucking Taiju got booted immediately.
Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, let's talk some more scenes to talk about.
Taiju's Black Matter.
So they do end up sparing the pig, and once again we were talking about fucking pacing. They find the oil on page 2 of chapter 95. Did you notice that? That was insane. It was like,
yep.
You know, he had all the great color pages, and then it was just like, there's the pig, and there's the oil, and we're done. So fucking what? Like, I was literally waiting for this entire chapter to be finding the oil. And then meanwhile, like, oh, and then we make them fucking, oh, no, we're also going to make a motorboat. We're making a goddamn speedboat. And fucking insane, bro. Like,
bro, imagine that.
You never expect where it's going to go.
The first thing I saw when Senku put the fire on like the oil was like, time for a fucking barbecue, bro.
Barbecue? You don't fucking
that got
barbecue
my mouth
with oil.
When I read that last week. Barbecuing.
I don't think you barbecue with oil. I mean, I don't know much about that, but like I feel like that'd be gross. Oil burns like real gross with that black ass smoke and shit usually. I mean, if he could refine it to like an air type gas, like natural gas style, like like some Hank Hill, King of the Hill propane style shit. I don't know. Interesting thought though.
Senku just showing up the King of the Hill.
Oh my God.
All you fans out there, I need that when the anime comes up for Dr. Stone. Just a fan animation of Senku Chrome, the top 5 science tacticians drinking orange juice because the reminder's there with the fucking King of the Hill intro theme.
They're just standing there with the fucking yep. That's great. Also, so when he said he was gonna make GPS, I'm sure I was like, bitch, sit the fuck down, stop it. And then I was like, okay, radio tower. That makes more sense. There are moments where I'm like, Senku, you gotta relax.
GPS, because even Yo was like, bro, like what the fuck?
Yeah, that's space satellite shit, bro.
Bro, space satellite. They're making shit. I was like, I'm thinking like, how the fuck do you make that? And then just like, oh my God.
And then it's just there, and I'm like, what? That's amazing.
That's the one thing I always respect about Dr. Stone. The way they create shit is just extremely fucking insane.
It blows your mind every time, and yet it always makes sense. Like there were moments in some of these chapters, like in '96 when they're making the cathode ray or the fucking TV tube. Like I'm reading that explanation, and there are points where, like, for the first time in the series, I'm like kind of confused. I'm like pausing and I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, so this does this. It's like legit educational. I'm like watching a fucking science video right now. I love it. Also, I have to bring this up because it fucking triggered me. Cock blocking Chrome right now. You know what I'm talking about. They're about to admit their feelings. If you think about it, what cock blocked Chrome? The fucking the why. So not only did this entity fucking stonify the world, he also cock blocked Chrome, which is a far greater crime to me.
Bro, that is fucking. That's actually so funny.
You didn't think about that, did you? This motherfucker cock blocking, like literally, bro. It was about to be like tell me your feelings about me, and fuck, like, if there's anyone in this group that deserves to get laid, it's Chrome. Do you feel me on this? Can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
So is that a yes? Do you feel me on the Chrome? Chrome needs to get his dick wet.
I said hallelujah, so that should have been.
Yeah, but like, that doesn't mean much.
Don't ask for hallelujah if you're not ready for the hallelujah.
It was more of a metaphorical hallelujah. I wanted more of a yes. Chrome needs to get on that motherfucker and just go to Pound Town.
He will. I don't know. Although
I believe in him. I believe in Chrome. Thank you, Chrome. Very cool. Why are you so fucking quiet? Talk, Thurman.
I was talking, but then you talked over me, so I hushed.
Interrupt me, Thurman. Interrupt me hard.
So, it all depends on if Chrome can keep up with her stamina or not.
Yes. I'll be masturbating after this video. Anyway.
So, all good.
Bro. So
they built radar, which is amazing, right? Bro, I love that. It worked on the fucking radar and for fish catching, bro. That shit is fucking efficient, man.
Well, that's legitimately how a fish finder works. Like have you ever? You can like buy like little fish finders and then like attach them to a boat, and it just basically like puts these little like pulses down, and it'll tell you when there's like a fucking like a big like thing blocking it, and then it's like, oh, that's a big group of fish,
Yeah.
So, I mean, that makes sense that it kind of doubles up, and that is really cool. It's so Senku, where it's like, it'll help us find the ultimate evil, and it'll also help us get some fish. Multi-purpose.
Multitasking, and you say multitasking doesn't work. Ha! Lies.
I say our brains aren't meant for multitasking, because every time we try to multitask, we suck at both things. And that is the truth. You are living proof of that.
Yeah, Senku disproves that, so...
Senku's a god.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of a god, so I thought...
I'm the son of a god.
what's a god to a king?
And what's a, you know, that I always love that phrase where it's like, what's a, isn't it what's a god, what's a king to a, you know, what's a god, no.
It's what's a king to a god.
What's a king to a god? And then people say, what's a god to a non-believer? And then my response to that is, still a god. Doesn't matter if you don't believe. Like, that's such a stupid phrase. If you're a non-believer, but he's still a god, he's still a god. You don't whoop, yay, I win. No, you don't. Just saying. I've always thought about that.
Still a god.
Because I'm pretty sure Zoro said some shit like that in fucking Skypiea. And I was like, nah, he's still a god, bro. Just putting it out there.
That's actually so funny.
I want to clarify to everyone, by the way. It is pain to speak at the moment, but I will finish this fucking. That's why I'm like.
Start wrapping. We will start wrapping up for his health.
Nah,
so
it's okay. I'm gonna go until we're done talking about it. So, Kingdom of Science, like you said, we have the main people, which was that panel's epic. I want someone to get rid of the text on that panel so I can make it my cover photo. Like, that's one of those panels that needs to be, that shit needs to be colored. I want, like, someone's got to color that shit and, like, pretty it up. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
Godly.
Godly. I got it. Just got her though.
And all of my favorite characters in that panel. I hope you know my top 3 favorite characters are in that panel. Senku, the Mentalist, Chrome, all there. Godly. All right, what were you saying?
Ryusu, and Yukio. Big facts.
Fuck Ryusu.
Haters gonna hate, bitch.
Oh my god, amazing. Let's see. Other things. So they talk about what we already talked about, how he probably turned himself into stone. The building of the fucking tube was crazy complex. And I loved that shit, and watching how the whole like magical crystal fucking Senku as a wizard was amazing.
It's like you have your cosplay idea again.
Wizard Senku. Yeah, sure. No, I got to be actual Senku. We all know this.
Wizard Force.
Say again?
Wizard Senku for Jump Force.
Oh my god. End it, bro. Kill yourself.
First daddy.
Fucking A. But yeah, I think actually, I'm looking through. I think we actually somehow mentioned everything.
Yeah. Predictions?
Let me see here. Yeah, doubles as a fish finder, and then it ends with we got a fish finder. So it's very strange that like now we just kind of have that like evil force looming over the entire series. How long do you think it'll like? What I'm curious about now is how long will the author kind of like loom this over all of them? Like how long is that going to be something that's just kind of like looming there, waiting to be discovered? Is that going to be something that like you know, is that going to be like a One Piece type mystery where it's like the Void Century and then we won't find out about what it is until like, you know, like for the rest of the series? Or is that going to be something that's going to be solved in the next like 10 chapters? Like, what do you think? Where's your mind on this?
I hope because I think them adding this is great suspense. And I think that them just knowing that there's someone out there literally screaming why and literally having a fucking grudge is a good thing for like, we have to be vigilant.
I agree with you. That makes it very, very, like, that is I like what you said about looming threat, right? Like, as they're exploring, as they're doing what they're doing, like, that's just there, and you know that's there, and you know somehow he's watching them, somehow he sees them, and he's pissed. He's like, why? At least the way that Senku interpreted it is, why are you alive? Why are you moving around? Why do you have this technology? So, like, that is fascinating, for sure. And that is definitely a looming threat, and kind of terrifying.
So I hope they keep it for a long, long time. You know, not dragging it out. But,
yeah,
you know.
As long as we keep getting kind of like clues at a good pace. Like I feel like we're always learning about it, you know, stuff like that.
I think that's great.
I do too. Dr. Stone once again proving to be godly.
Chapters.
Oh man. And with that, any final thoughts for you?
Nope.
Peace.